Hi, this is Kevin C. Mason from Jack Monkey Games, and today we're going to be talking about other resources. Where can you get some great information on how to be a GM, how to be a better player, where to get an idea for better role-playing, where to get a great idea for you need a plot hook. Well, this is the episode for you. Now, understand that there are tons of resources, and I can guarantee you I missed a whole bunch of them. So here's what I want you to do right now. I want you to hit pause, and then I want you to go into the show notes, and I want you to put in comments of your favorite website that has great information. If you've got a YouTube channel, promote it. If you've got a blog, promote it. This is the time for you to actually go and do that. Yes, I know people are like, I don't want to spam. No, do that right now. Anything that is game related, I will accept. If it's not game related, I'll delete it. Okay, so we're going to start off with podcasts. Now, the advantages of podcasts is that if you're like me and you have to do a commute, then it's really nice just to plug in your headphones while you're on the train and listen. You don't have to be staring at your phone. You don't have to worry about your data. You can just enjoy the podcast as you go. So we're going to first start off with Misdirected Mark. This is an amazing podcast. I discovered it not too long ago. In fact, it's not just one podcast. They've got a whole series of them. In fact, the one I'm really enjoying right now is the one on the Cypher system. CypherSpeak. Oh my God, that's awesome. Now, Misdirected Mark, it's going into the theories of being an awesome GM. And it's definitely worth it. It's worth going back into their older episodes and then catching up. It's really an awesome podcast. I can't highly recommend it enough. Gamers Tavern. Now, yeah, they haven't been very active for a while, but I'm hearing rumors from Daryl that he's going to be posting again. Hint, hint. So, here's the thing, is not too long ago, about a year ago, I started listening to podcasts again, and Gamers Tavern popped up. This is really good stuff. Daryl has got this way of getting the most amazing people on his show. Definitely worth listening to the older stuff, and send him a message. Try to get him to make more. So you want to help out the show? Click subscribe. Click on the little notification icon. You'll know when I publish next. Buy a copy of Roll vs. Roll. It's not expensive, and it'll help out your role playing. Leave a comment. Talk to me. I love to talk to people. Except for trolls. I just delete them. Watch our playlists. I am gathering up all kinds of playlists from other developers. Some really great stuff. Subscribe to our newsletter. So we're going to be doing some playtesting soon, and we're going to pick the playtesters from our subscriber list. Happy Jacks RPG. This is fantastic. Now, first of all, they've got a YouTube channel, they've got a blog, they've got a podcast, which is what I mostly listen to. And what is really awesome is that you can send them an email, they'll read it on their show and give you advice based on that. It's really, really good. The advice is solid. They've been gaming forever, and it's just awesome. And why problem make when no problem have you don't want to make? Legends of Tabletop. This is also another really good one. They've got a combination, GM advice, and there's an actual play that's really, really good. I highly recommend that you listen to them. One of the things to realize is that they talk about games as a whole, though the role-playing stuff is pretty damn spot on. Okay, we're going to talk about blogs. Now, the advantage of blogs is that this allows you to go through and really deep dive into the concepts and then really take time to think about it. Now, as someone who's dyslexic like myself, it takes a little bit longer to read a blog post, but what I do is I get the chance to really, really think about it. Now, so let's first start off with the Angry GM. Now, don't go to this website if you are faint of heart. This guy tells it as it is. I don't always agree with him, but he makes you think, and that alone is worth it. Beginner RPG. Now, these guys are new. Okay, they're brand new. In fact, on their YouTube channel, they've only got a couple posts. But from what I've seen, I really like. So check them out. They're both under YouTube and as a blog. I'm really enjoying the blog. RPG Home Brewery. Now this one I just recently discovered. Actually, I discovered them on Twitter, and I took a look at the website and I was like, oh my god, this is useful. Oh, this is useful. They've got all kinds of things on it. Everything from plot hooks to player sketches that you can use for your personal use, not to sell, but for personal use. It's really awesome. Go take a look at it and say hi to them. YouTube is a great resource. Now, the only problem I have about YouTube is that I actually have to be home sitting down to watch, because I'm in Australia, we don't have great data out here, and it's going to kill my plan if I actually start watching while on the train. Now, let's first start off with Terminally Nerdy. Now, this guy talks about all kinds of things, not just role-playing games. I love this show. It's definitely worth it. Go take a look at some of his older stuff. His opinions are pretty spot on and kind of in alignment with me, so I gotta mention them. Good. How to be a great GM. Now, this one I discovered about 6 months ago, and I've been loving it. He really has a way of going through and talking about the different mechanics beyond, and just from a GM, not from D&D, but just from a GM, on everything from how to do a great accent, how to make your NPCs more believable, how to have better dialogue. These are all the little things that most people don't think about when they go and they buy a book. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about actual plays. Now, the really cool thing about actual plays is that sometimes you get to learn more about the game system, and sometimes you get to learn more about role-playing and being a good GM. So let me go and talk about a few of them here. So, of course, I've got to talk about Steamrollers. Steamrollers Adventure Podcast. Now, they're using their own system, but it's more about the game mastering and the actual players. Now, I listened to all season 1, and yes, they help promote Roll versus Roll. I'm very much into that because they use it. But that's not why I started listening in the first place. I started listening in the first place because they've got awesome world building. Gee, maybe they should write a book. They've got, the players are just really into character, and sometimes, yeah, it's really good. You should, I think you should really subscribe and listen to them. Dice for Brains. This one caught me off guard. I was not expecting much when I first clicked on it. So I downloaded it to my podcatcher, and I started to listen. And I was just completely floored by the role-playing and the editing. They add sound effects and stuff like that, very similar to Steamrollers. But it's all about the story. I don't hear much about the mechanics of the system, but wow, the story's really good. So I've actually had to go back and download some more episodes to kind of catch up. I can't even think about posting a video on actual plays without mentioning Critical Role. Now, I've had to go back to the very beginning because I missed something here. How was I late to this party? So far, I've been really enjoying it. I'm on episode 4 now. I know they're like episode 90 now, but I'm catching up. Slowly catching up. It's one of the advantages of being unemployed is that I can catch up on this stuff. Good stuff. Now, if you've got a podcast, if you've got a blog, if you've got a YouTube channel, or if you've got an actual play podcast, go to the comments right now and put in your link. I want to know about your link. I want you to promote your stuff. And if you've got someone else that you've like, I listen to this all the time, it's really awesome, post that. So today I've got a lot of painting to do, and I've got to listen to some podcasts. So I'm going to start off with Roll for Perception. I promised them a long time ago I would listen, and life. But now I have time, and I've got some painting to do. Dice Heroes. Tondi, I have no excuse. I have no excuse. I'm starting that today.